Hello everyone, welcome to the Captain's video blog. Holy shit. We are Tuesday, September the 13th, 2016. Yeah, so, this is another episode of I try to go to sleep before wrestling starts, but I cannot because I am piss poor at time management because it's already 2 a.m., which means that Smackdown is starting right now. But enough about the good shit. Let's talk about Raw. Oh, it was a doozy. Now, things I didn't really like were Cesaro winning. I mean, despite the fact he won, that's always a good thing. It means that it's well, I mean, it's more of the same, really. It was always going to be him being down 3-0 and going up to 3 to win it 4-3. It's probably gonna happen at Clash of Champions since he won on Raw. I didn't like the way he won. He won by putting the foot on the rope. So yeah, it's going to be at Clash of Champions. I mean, it's either that or the last two matches are going to be in the same night, like next week on Raw. So yeah, but yeah, the opening segment was with the women, which is always nice. Bit of bickering, which is always not nice. I mean, even when it's men, it's like, oh god damn it, can we just go to the fight? So yeah, there were the Charlotte and Dana Brooke who were not really happy because Dana Brooke, well, I mean, she was pretty. She had a bad showing last week. And then came out Sasha Banks, who feels like she's entitled to her rematch, which is it's true. And then came out Bailey, who thought she was, on the she could really have a shot at the title, which is true because she won against Charlotte last week. So Mick Foley was like, okay, sure, we're gonna have one-on-one between Sasha Banks and Bailey, and then Charlotte was like, oh yeah, it's your fault, Dana, and Dana was like, I ain't having none of your shit today. She slapped Charlotte, so triple threat that Sasha won by pinning Bailey, because obviously that's what that's what Bailey needs, to be pinned. And then Dana Brooke was like, I'm sorry, and Charlotte was like, take my bags. Okay, sure. Apparently, Chris Jericho was scheduled to have the highlight reel with Kevin Owens, but Kevin Owens is set to face Roman Reigns, so he had to do with what he had, and it was Sami Zayn, which is good in itself. So it was really important to hear that if there's one light that we have to remember from this segment, it's that apparently it's always about Kevin Owens, because according to Sami Zayn, Chris Jericho has become Owens' bitch, which makes us believe that when Sami Zayn was Owens' best friend, which was, I don't know when. I mean, they went around the world with one another, and I mean, they are so close. But before the WWE, they fought so much. So it makes us believe that maybe Sami Zayn was Owens' bitch. Oh, that's not nice. Sorry, I think that the camera is not completely okay. Well, Jericho didn't like that, so he gave the code breaker to Sami Zayn. Chris Jericho is always one of the most entertaining parts of Raw. It's really easier to say when you cut off the syllables. I think that's why the Americans do it so much. Yeah. What other matches were there? Nia Jax destroyed Alicia Fox. I mean, destroyed. I think the match didn't even go to the end. That's how bad it was. Yeah, so I mean, right now, Nia Jax is the most legit she's ever been because up until now she was always beating up local performers, um, and now she has moved on to face Alicia Fox, who is a legit performer. She has a Raw contract. She was drafted, so yeah. Um, I mean, it's always good to see her evolving because at the end of the day, like, what's the point? You know, you always say, yeah, she's shaking the women's division around, except she's always facing jobbers. So what's the deal? You know. So yeah. Other matches included. Um, I'm saying that like that. Like the New Day faced Gallows and Anderson. They lost. That was Kofi and Xavier Woods. So the rematch from SummerSlam because the New Day feel that they should be the one doing the entertainment and not the the club because they are compared the last week's segment who, in all fairness, was pure trash to time putting people's time in a dumpster fire, which is not wrong. So yeah, but they poked the bear and they probably weren't ready. I still see them retaining at Clash of Champions for some reason. I don't know. Um, so yeah, other matches. Jack Swagger lost against the man who comes in peace, Jinder Mahal. Oh God, September the 12th. A man whose skin is a little bit darker than your average complexion. Oh, you're doing that again. I mean, Jinder Mahal. There should be no risk that you're confusing him for a Middle Eastern guy, but real life has shown us that it's really the case. In 2001 and even after, people were going after Sikh people, Sikh, the Indians from India, because oh, you've got a turban, you've got dark skin, you must be Arabic, and you are the one who went to the towers. Oh God damn it! What are you doing? America, come on. So yeah, I feel that it was just that, and you made Jack Swagger lose. What? Okay, sure. I mean, I didn't enjoy seeing Jinder Mahal being thrown around after winning, after all, a Raw contract, and since Heath Slater has won a SmackDown contract, and he was on a pretty good streak, all things considered, it was weird to see the guy who actually had a contract lose. Being a jobber, basically. Uh, Talking about jobbers, I totally forgot, but Bo Dallas thinks that he should be the only one to believe in Bo. He shouldn't spread, the word of Bo leaving. So he beat up another jobber. Yep. The only one who we haven't seen slapping around jobbers was Braun Strowman, who wasn't on the show. That's why I'm saying that, because Nia Jax has gone, I'm not doing that again. What other matches were there? I mean, Raw has a pretty extensive roster and has 3 hours of uh, booking that is sometimes it looks okay, sometimes it just feels weird. I think that most of the third hour was Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns, a very, very good match. Now, look, I have nothing about Roman Reigns inside the ring. It's everything around that that's just a problem. They have eliminated the part where he speaks, so that's really good. You need to have a dude who beats up people without telling shit, and that's probably the best for Roman Reigns. He is really good in the ring. He still gets wounded pretty easily, but yeah, he's a pretty good storyteller. All in all, he had a shit character. I don't like him being around the main title picture because I think that he should at least go for a secondary title like, well, I wouldn't say Seth Rollins has done, but you cannot always have everything. So yeah. It was a very good match. I didn't mind Seth Rollins coming and attacking Kevin Owens, because Kevin Owens has been egging Rollins pretty much all night, about how he's the architect. Just means that he's the one who gains from being in a situation where the odds are not in his favor, where people can help him do shit. So yeah. I like that Rollins came and actually attacked Owens so that Owens would win by default, but then Mick Foley was all like, no, that's not how it goes. So he restarted the match, and well, Owens still won, thanks to a distraction, but it's a distraction from Rusev, which makes a lot more sense given the fact that for the whole month of August you've been building Rusev against Owens and against Reigns, and then Rusev went away because he was going to get married in Bulgaria. So, but still, and yeah, Owens won, so it's still Owens versus Rollins. But it's there was also Sami Zayn versus Chris Jericho. What else? So yeah. Rusev put Roman Reigns in the accolade, and that was just glorious. Like, oh, you're such a hero, man. So yeah, all in all, it wasn't that bad. It was a pretty entertaining Raw, I gotta say. I'm fairly sure that I have forgotten stuff. As I said, there are 3 hours. Even though the first hour was lots of talking, matches, and the second hour was mostly matches, and the third hour I think was mostly one match. So yeah, must have forgotten something along the way. But still, pretty entertaining Raw. It's not on levels of hype. It's nowhere near the first couple of Raws after the draft, which is a bit sad. But at least it's not, as during the end of August, where it was just, oh god, you're just trying to claw, your way to SummerSlam. On the other hand, Smackdown is always doing pretty good. I'm always hyped after an episode of Smackdown, which is not always the case after an episode of Raw. So yeah, and next Monday the Cruiserweights arrive on Raw, so that's adding a little bit of novelty after years and years of not having them being recognized. They were going for secondary titles, and still big guys. Now they will have their own division, and it's going to be great, I hope, because they are great performers. They should be given great storylines to work. So yeah, I'm really trying to think about other matches that were on Raw, but it were pretty lengthy matches all in all. So that's not always a bad thing. It's rather pretty good thing, actually. The more long matches you have to book, the more less time you have to book segments of people talking and going nowhere. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. Where I will talk about SmackDown, obviously, but I will try to talk a bit less about wrestling because So yeah. Tschüss, as they say. Come on.